Hello. So, keep getting asked in the gym, how do I design a diet for fat loss coming into the Christmas period? And the simplest thing to do really is keep training, because this cold weather and this dark early mornings and early nights stops lots of people training. So if you own a gym or train in a gym, you'll notice now that this time of year gets quieter. And this is the time where the seasonal sort of trainers and members stop coming in. But this is the time when you should keep training, because Christmas parties and the Christmas food comes into play, and it really gets you eating more calories than you normally would. So how do we design a diet that's simple for anyone without the extremities of having a personalised, tailored diet plan, which you probably wouldn't stick to at this time of year? The simplest way to do it, in my mind, and the way I've done with lots of my clients over 22 years now, is simple as this. If you into healthy eating and you're eating 4, 5 or 6 times a day, you simply have a protein choice which is higher in fats, good fats, ideally like salmon or the saturated fats that you get in lean steak, or you might have trout, you might have fresh tuna, that kind of thing, or eggs, whole eggs, and you combine that with a non-carb or complex carb in the meal. So that might be something like, if you have an egg, you might have an omelette with vegetables. If you're having salmon, you can have it as a stir fry. Chicken and veg, you get the idea. And so you have a higher fat protein with a no complex carb side. So that's more like a fibrous carb or vegetable or salad. And that's your meal. And then the following meal that comes in 2, 3, 4 hours, you have a very low fat proteins. That could be a white fish or chicken or turkey or egg whites. And you combine that with a little bit of salad, a little bit of vegetables, and some complex carbs. So there you might have the rice, the potato, the oats, and you just alternate. So one meal's got no carbs in. And the fastest way I've seen over the years for fat loss is to take carbs out of meal 1. And if you want to speed it up even more, a little tip is to do your fasted cardio. And if you don't have carbs in your final meal, and then you've been asleep for 6, 7, 8 hours, and you do your fasted cardio in the morning, you're definitely not going to have any energy like in your diet that's still digesting, that would be used as fuel to burn. And your body is more likely to burn stored fuel sources or fat sources to use as energy. And then if you don't have carbs in meal 1 following your fasted cardio, it allows a little bit of epoch, or the sort of additional calorie burn you get, or like the afterburn from doing cardio and raising your heart rate. It keeps it up because you're not eating carbohydrates and you're not getting an insulin spike, which is going to prevent that from sort of still keeping that calorie burn going. So if you just make them 2 small adjustments, it does really rapidly change things on your body in terms of how you look with body fat. So, I mean, my ideal way, I'd have something like a non-carb breakfast to start with. After fasted cardio of about 40 minutes, stationary bike or fast walking, slow jogging, whatever you enjoy doing. Heart rate of about 120 to 130 beats a minute, so nothing major. If you want to do intervals, though, please do. You know, cardio should be, and all exercise should be something you enjoy. And then you have your breakfast, and you might have an omelette with mixed veg. I like salmon for breakfast, and some sort of some grilled veg or roasted veg to go with it, and just roast it all in the little air fryer. Comes out lovely. And then about 2, 3 hours later, I'd have something like chicken or white fish with either cream of rice or oats, and I'd normally train after that. And then the meal after that, I'd have some carbs with a lean protein yet again. So that might be chicken jack potato with a salad. Then the next meal after that, I would take the carbs away. So that means we go back to something like a steak and veg. And then if that was probably enough for a lot of people out there, but then my last meal of the night, it would be, I mean, if you're going for whole food, I'd probably go for something like an omelette there, or some sort of stir fry with chicken or turkey, or if I was pushed for time or really want to take my digestion and give it a break, I'd have something like a whey isolate and put in a spoon of, or 2 spoons of Udo's oil to slow the digestion of that down, nice and easy and light. And that's really like a simple way of doing a diet, and that would fit anyone, male or female, young or old, and all you'd really need to change is your portion sizes. So, you know, if you're a bigger person that's got a lot more muscle mass, been eating this way for a long period of time, you could probably eat a larger portion of protein and get away with digesting it. And a smaller person, you know, obviously would probably have a smaller digestion, but that isn't necessarily the case. I train a lot of clients, and I've got one particularly, hello David, he's very slight, he's very lean, but his metabolism's crazy, and he eats twice as much as most of my bigger clients and myself, you know. So it totally changes depending on the person and their metabolism. But the dieting premise can be quite as simple as that, and any diet will work, you know, as long as you stick to it. So try and enjoy the diet, try and enjoy the training, and that's why I would put carbs and a lean protein either side of training, so you have energy and you do enjoy the training. And then the carbs help you recover post-training. And then when you're not needing the carbohydrates and not needing the energy, because you're not doing much later in the evening, or you're not up to much first thing in the morning because you don't train till later in the evening or in the afternoon, it makes sense to take the carbs away from that meal. And that is the simplest way to get in shape. It's very simple, and it is about calories in, calories out, in my opinion, but you can also, you know, play with the macros to make them work for you. So give it a try, see if it works, and let's get in shape for Christmas.